All right, so this is a quick video on how to do active links in Next.js 14. Let's go ahead and create a brand new Next.js app with npm x create next app at latest. Let's call it YouTube active links. TypeScript, yes, lint, tailwind, yes, source directory, nope, app router, sure, and imports. Okay, so let's install. This will take a bit, and we are done. All right, so let's change into our YouTube active links directory. Let's open it up in VS Code. Okay, so let's bring it onto the screen. So here's the VS Code. And let's start up our development server using npm run dev. And I will open that up in a separate browser on localhost 3000. Okay, so that's the default Next.js screen. I'm gonna go and just clear everything out real quick. So let's go into the global CSS and remove everything underneath line 3. Save that, and then we'll go into our page and remove everything, and we'll just do a RAFCE, and we'll call this home page. Okay, so let's just make the nav bar where we would normally have it. So let's just put a filler text here, or I'll do a paragraph. Do a paragraph here, lorem 100, filler text. Okay, so this can pretend to be our content for our website, and we'll do a max width of prose. Okay, and then let's go into our layout file. So ideally you would have your layout in your nav bar in your layout, so we can go ahead and put that there. So we'll have a nav bar component here, which we'll make in a second. But first I'll wrap my children in the main, put a class name of max width 6XL, let's do 5XL, and MX auto. And it's angry because we don't have this navbar component, so let's make that real quick. So right outside the app folder, we'll create a folder called components, and in there we'll have navbar.tsx. Let's scaffold out a base component, navbar, and let's import it into our layout. And MX auto. Class name with full MX auto. BG red. All right. Okay, so that's our content and our nav bar. We'll do a bit of padding up before here too. Okay, so let's jump into our nav bar and let's create some links. Let's create scaffold out a nav bar real quick. So we will have a nav, and inside the nav we could have two items. We could have a, let's say a brand name, and then we'll have what I'm going to call my nav links, and this will be another component, and I'll explain why in a second. So new file, nav links.tsx, and there we go, and let's bring that in, nav links. Okay, And just to, we'll also make this a max width of what did I do in the layout? I did 4XL, so 4XL, MX auto, flex, justify between. And let's have a P4 also. Okay, so that's our nav. And to make it more realistic, let's make it our H1 font semi-bold, text 3XL. Okay, let's do 4XL. Okay, and so nav links is where our nav bar will actually be. And actually, I'll put a UL around this. UL. And this will be a class name flex. Gap of 4. And here we'll have a React fragment, and here we'll have our links. So links.map, links.map. For every link, I want to pull out an li component with the link label. We don't have links, so let's just make that top. We'll make it a constant. Const links is equal to an array. I like to do this in href, let's say slash, and the label will be home. And then we can have like href of slash about would give us to the about page, and how about a contact page? Slash contact label contact us. Contact us. Okay. So for every link, we want to bring out a. We don't need the li here. We can just print out a linked component directly. Where the href will be link.href. The key will be link.href is also fine, and then the text will be link.label. Okay, so that's our 3 links. And we don't have these pages, so let's just put some filler pages real quick. So we'll have the about page, page.tsx, about page, save. And then we'll have the contact us page. So contact page. So these pages work now. Let's see. About, contact, home. Okay, so we have to, the reason why I really isolated the nav links here is because we need to turn this into a client component to work with active links the way I know how to do so. And Next.js really emphasizes to try to, isolate things that are client components if it's possible. So that's what I did here. I kind of pulled out the nav links in the nav bar. And of course, I could have made this whole component a client component. But let's say your nav bar is a lot more sophisticated than this, and you have a lot of other stuff that doesn't need to be client rendered. So you can go ahead and this is just for demonstration purposes. So I isolated the nav links, and that's all we need. We just need to work in this one folder now. So what I can do is let's just let's make these viewable for a second. So I'll do class name, background, let's do blue 500. Okay, and we have we'll do text white padding X4 padding Y2. How's that look? Okay, and we'll do rounded medium. Okay, looks good. And so let's see. So how do we know what link we're on right now? Obviously, we're on the home page. So we can import use path name from next navigation, and then we can call that function const path name is equal to use path name, And we can log it if you want. Const. What was that actually? Path name context. I will look into that later. Path name. So we can see here that we have, I can show it in the console here too. So console, our path should show up here. Here, /about, contact, home. So when we go to the page, the path name variable will have our path. And then we can just make our Tailwind classes dynamic here. So we'll turn this into a template literal. And we'll just say, if path name is equal to the link href, then, or we can do, let's do a ternary. Then we can do, let's say, opacity of 50. Otherwise, we'll do a hover BG blue 600. So if we're on the link, I'll cut the opacity in half, and if it is not on the link, it'll give it a little hover effect. So it's to about, now it's opacity, and we have hover links. So you do a contact. And you can do whatever you want. If you don't want to do a opacity, some people like to do an underline, so you can do an underline. I've been liking the opacity recently. So here our link is underlined. But it doesn't work too well with the buttons in my opinion. So yeah, that's about it. So you can have active links with your Next.js app. You have to make it a client component. All right, thanks for watching and hope you learned something.